And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and this is another patron roster review, and this is Yez from House Divided Black 8. And Yez wants some information on Arena, Fleet Arena, and then modding and how it's applicable in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Arena first and talk just briefly about the characters and how to mod, and then we're going to move over to Fleet and kind of talk about the front three, back three, things like that. And then, yeah, hopefully this will help really fine-tune you into this. Now, this is a free-to-play account and been playing for about 6 months. Now, Yez has another alternate account he just recently got, which is a much more sophisticated in-game account. And so if you have any questions on that in-game account, please just hit me up with a specific question on Discord and I'll make sure to answer that. Now, let's go ahead and go into your Arena team. I'm looking at your team, and it's really the team I would suggest. It's your first Zeta was an Emperor Palpatine lead. You've got Darth Vader, you've got Thrawn, you've got Nihilus, and you do have Sion down there. And so it's really meta. What you're playing with is a really great team. They're really the best combination. And so I wondered what it comes down to when I looked at your account was I noticed your modding was really not good at all. So we're going to go through your team and kind of talk about what it should look like. So the first thing is Emperor Palpatine. And a couple things I note. First, you've got a speed set on, but there's 1 and 2 dot mods. I'm going to suggest to you, even free to play, that any mod under 5 dot is a waste, and you should really be focusing. Now, there's a ton of events that are giving out offense mods and defense mods and health mods, crazily amount of health mods, and there's been some other sets that have been given away. In fact, they've even done some tenacity and potency mods given away in some recent events, and most of what they're giving away is like 4 and 5 dot. So there should be a plethora of mods that are being given to you in some of these events, and you should be able to use some. Plus, you should be always keeping your eye on the store and trying to find a good one here or a good one there. And you can always farm, and at the worst case scenario, you could get white 5 dot mods like you have, you know, here, which is a 5 dot white mod. Now, obviously, the goal would be, you know, having really good secondary stats, but the 5 dot mods are really, really important. And then for Emperor Palpatine, because of his lead, he gives a lot of turn meter and whatnot. You actually don't have to worry about speed as much, especially being free to play. What you really should focus on is an offense set and a potency set. So, you know, 2 of them are going to be show potency, kind of like this triangle right here shows a potency set. And then you would have another, so you've got potency on there and speed, basically. So I would just swap out your speed for an offense set. And then for Darth Nihilus, what I would focus on really is just protection primaries. You could even do health with protection primaries. That would be my focus. Health mods are the easiest to come by, and I would just do all 6 health mods, and I would do, you know, the arrow, the triangle, the plus, the cross, all protection, because it's going to bring about durability with your Darth Nihilus. And what's cool with modding him with health is anytime he inflicts a debuff, he's going to recover health. So the higher the health pool, the more recovery when he inflicts his debuffs. The way that I just suggested modding Darth Nihilus was going to be the way I suggest our Sion. You can do health mods, 5 dot, and then do just 4 different protections on the circle, the cross, the triangle, and the arrow. You don't need to have either one of them fast. What you want them is tanky, because people are going to be worried about these 2 characters, and so what they're going to do is target these 2 characters to try to kill them. The more durable you make it, the more likely they are to survive long enough that they allow for Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader to wreck everybody. Now, as far as Darth Vader goes, Darth Vader should be the #1 fastest character in the game for you, for this team. And so I see you did go a speed set and a crit chance set. That's a great way of modding for the mod sets, but you really want to make sure you have 5 dot mods on this guy and the fastest speed secondaries. Now, you mentioned that you're using the recommendations in the game, and I'm going to tell you to not do that. And then I'm going to, in a second, go into my account and show you how I mod a character so you can see the tools and filters the way I use them, so you can get that analysis. And then right behind Darth Vader should be Grand Admiral Thrawn for speed. You should have a speed set and a crit chance set, or a speed set and a health set, and have all 5-dot mods, and then have him as fast as you possibly can, with Darth Vader being the #1 fastest, and then Thrawn being the 2nd fastest. Now, I went ahead and went into Jango Fett because I want to show you how I mod characters. You go into Manage, and in it, Manage, what you're doing is you're going to Basic, and then you're hitting Auto Assign. And what it's doing is giving you really terrible suggestions. And I only say this not to be derogatory towards the game, but I've never gotten a stat increase ever, or benefits ever, from doing this. Do not use Auto Assign mods ever. What you want to do, if you're in Basic, is the little eye to the right, top right, there's a little eye to the right of tips. Click on it, and it will tell you what should be everywhere, what mods that you should farm for, what secondary stats you should look for, what primary stats you should be putting on. And you can even click the arrows to get like 2nd best or 3rd best, so you can get some ideas of what they would suggest if you don't have the 1st best option. But the 1st best option was obviously for arena teams going to be what you should shoot for. First, come here, look at this, take a screenshot or write it down, and then once you have that, come to the top left and hit filter, and then take unassigned mods, only unassigned mods off, and then look for those exact things the game just suggested. So if you wanted to start with the square, and the square needs to be, a, let's say, speed set, and you're looking for speed secondaries on this, then you can hit confirm, and you can see now here are all of these mods, and you can decide, do I want to remove it from one of those characters, or do I want to find one that's unassigned? So right now they're all of mine are assigned, so I would have to determine which character is more important or less important in the speed category than them, and then I could select it, and then I would just hit assign on the bottom right. So you need to be using the filter system in advanced all the time. Get out of basic, go to advanced, use filter to find your mods, and always use the I in the basic, but don't ever use the auto assign. It's just a bad deal. Now let's talk about ships, and you have the Chimera, you have Biggs, you have the TIE Advanced, and you have Ghost. Now that front lineup is phenomenal. It's the reason why you can make in the top 20, top 30 every day. And I know you feel like you're slipping, but that's just because others are potentially spending money to develop slightly faster than you, which is why you're possibly dropping. So you're going to have to use strategy and skill over them. Now the front is really great because Biggs will stay very durable because you can heal him and put defense up with Chimera, so that'll make him stronger. And TIE Advanced target locks guaranteed, which regenerates protection, and Ghost can stealth the TIE Advanced. So don't ever auto battle by just hitting auto. You always want to make sure that you manual battle and that you use Ghost's stealth ability first and call TIE Advanced, and then what that does is TIE Advanced goes stealth, and then Biggs and the other two will actually attack the character that you're, or the ship that you're targeting. So it's a triple attack. It's really cool, and then it keeps everybody from targeting your TIE Advance, and you can heal and restore protection on your Biggs. You have 3 slots for the backup, and the first that I'm hoping you're using, and I'm guessing you're using, is Phantom 2, because you have Phantom 2's reinforcement maxed out, so good on you for that. And that is a great ship because it comes out, it immediately has synergy with Ghost, and immediately does big damage, and can target lock additionally to keep Biggs alive with the additional regeneration of protection. And then the next one coming in should be Cassian. Now if you look, your Cassian's reinforcement isn't even done, and this ship needs a lot of work, especially the characters. And so I know you're thinking, well, I don't want to develop these characters on a free-to-play account, but you really need to anyway, because these are the characters that you have to have for territory battles for Rogue One team, or you don't have to have these specific, but these 3 work really well for Rogue One. And this ship is amazing in the composition that you have now, so if you don't want to be left behind, I'd make these guys priority, get them farmed up, get them geared up, at least to gear 9, 7 stars, get their abilities at least to level 7, and then max this reinforcement ability out, because it's the reinforcement ability that really makes this ship totally overpowered. And then the third slot, I would actually recommend Sun Fac. Now, Sun Fac's character and ship are like the easiest to farm. I mean, Galactic War Store is just crazy. Lots of stuff. You should be able to get the ship up super fast. The character super fast. The gearing is a little harder, but you can get the gear up high enough that you can max out the prime target, because what happens, and then the reinforcement as well. And what happens is you can make it you know, guaranteed, not avoidable, and you can do 2 stuns. You can bring him out of reinforcement and stun one, and then you can use his ability and stun a different person. And then also double stun, he taunts, he gives you some control, and he's a tank. And so with Thrawn, if you put that defense up ability again, Sun Fac with defense up is amazing at just soaking up the damage that you're receiving. And it would be good to have a second tank in your team, because Biggs will die and you will need to replace him with Sun Fac or another tank, and Sun Fac's the best replacement. So you're going to want to gear up Sun Fac, and you're going to want to gear up his ship and get them both startup as well. So yeah, it's pretty easy, you know, pretty easy to do. You're already doing really great in fleet. You might want to do a few tweaks, do a few reinforcement changes, and focus on a couple of the characters. But remember, fleet is paying you probably more crystals than regular arena, and so because of that, you want to make sure you're putting equal, if not more, focus and energy into your crew members for the ships. Think of those crew members as arena characters. It's just with ships, you might have more arena characters to have to focus on, because with 7 ships and possibly multiple crew members, you could have up to 10 characters you have to farm and gear, whereas with arena, it's only 5. And then with both combined, it's about 15 you got to develop, and that's a lot for 2 arenas, but that's where the focus really needs to lie, because this is where you get your in-game currency of crystals, which is going to help you progress in the game. Don't forget about the mods. Don't use the auto assign like you suggested that you do. That is going to actually ruin your character synergy. Get Emperor Palpatine an offense set, since he does special damage and some potency. Get Darth Nihilus and Darth Sion some protection, just as much as you can to make them durable. Make Darth Vader as fast as possible, making that the most important stat, and then Thrawn the second fastest, making it the most important stat. And farm for mods now that anything can be used for the mod farming, and focus on speed sets if you don't have good speed, and focus on an offense set if you don't have any offense sets for Emperor Palpatine. Now's the time. If you have any other questions, make sure to hit me up privately on Discord. I'll answer them one at a time. Just give me pointed questions and I'll give you pointed answers. As always, keep your gaming on. Warrior out.